Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video I have a lot of new and exciting makeup to test and to try out. We are trying out the new POREfessional foundation. This right here, I'm super excited to try it. It says it is a smoothing and blurring foundation. I have a couple of different shades so we can hopefully find the perfect one for me. I also really want to try this Hydra Prime SPF 50 primer from Anastasia. I have a new eyeshadow palette to try from BUXOM Cosmetics. It is called the Grounded palette, which we'll get into in a second. I have the new SAIE Beauty Pressed setting powder, which I cannot wait to try. This one is in the shade Translucent, and it reminds me a bit, from the looks of it, of the Pat McGrath under eye setting powder. So we'll see. This one I think I'm going to use all over my face though, not just on the under eyes, but it feels very smooth and extremely thin. From Smashbox, I'm going to be trying their new metallic FX eyeliners, and I even have a brand new mascara to try from KOSAS Cosmetics. This is the KOSAS Soul Gazer mascara, and I believe it has peptides in it. It says lengthening plus lifting peptide mascara, so I'm excited to try all of these things, and we're going to get right into it. Of course, if you're interested in any of these products, I have them all listed and linked down below in the description box of this video, and I'll have whichever ones I can tagged on the video as well. As you can see, I did already fill in my eyebrows because I didn't have any new brow products to try, and I did already moisturize my face. I used Magic Cream today. It's been a while, I had missed it. So this ABH Hydra Prime is a non-comedogenic hydrating daily use SPF 50 that primes and smooths with or without makeup, and it is for all skin types. It retails for $48. It seems to me to be on the pricey side for what it is. It's a liquid product. It has beetroot to improve the look of texture and retain moisture. It has niacinamide, which visibly blurs dark spots and refines surface texture, and ectoin, which supports a strong skin barrier and defends against the environmental stress. So can't wait to try it, and I'm just going to be generous with it, and let's blend it in. On my light skin, the white color went away really fast. Feels very wet on the face still. It smells really good and not necessarily like sunscreen. It has a really beautiful scent to it, but it does have a scent to it, so if you don't like scent in your products, stay away. I have had and smelled sunscreens that are unscented, and I honestly rather have a scent in my sunscreen because they don't smell the best. I truly don't know how this would perform on an oily complexion because I am an oil slick at the moment. Actually, might not even feel super oily, rather like very serum-y like, because it's not heavy, it's not oily in a heavy way, but I mean, you can see that I am very covered in this sunscreen, and it looks very glowy. So I don't know if someone with an oily complexion would enjoy this sensation. I, however, am a little excited that it's like this because the POREfessional foundation that I'm going to wear, I believe, is more on the matte side, so I need all the hydration I can get to make this foundation work for me, so we'll see. I have 3 shades of the POREfessional foundation here to try. I have 7 neutral, 8 warm, and 10 neutral. Here are the little drops of it. Here is 7 neutral, 8 warm, and 10 neutral on my complexion. First impressions, it feels very lightweight, which for me is always a plus because I love products that are lightweight and sink right into the skin and you don't really feel them on. I think I'm leaning towards 10 today. 8 is definitely too warm for me, but between 7 and 10, I'm thinking 10 will work better for right now. Now, this Benefit, the POREfessional Smoothing and Blurring Foundation with niacinamide, retails for $47. It is, of course, a liquid foundation, and it says it is a smoothing, blurring, non-comedogenic foundation with medium weightless coverage and niacinamide that improves the look of pores and skin over time. Under highlighted ingredients, and for the most part, I usually get this information from the Sephora website if the products are at Sephora. Niacinamide, which smooths the look of pores and skin texture and contributes to hydration. Rosehip extract, which visibly smooth skin and refines the look of pores, and glycerin, which helps retain moisture. It's also vegan, cruelty-free, 24-hour, long-wearing and hydrating, non-acnegenic foundation formulated with rosehip extract. What is the finish of it? Natural finish. I thought it was more of a matte finish foundation. It's actually a natural finish foundation. So let's go ahead and try it on. I have a feeling on me today is going to be a glowy finish foundation because there's no way this much glow is about to go down. I'm going to do 1 drop on each side, 1 drop on the forehead, and I have a sponge with me and we're going to bounce it all over the face. This color is a good one, so I'm using the shade 10 Neutral as I said I would, and that seems to be the right amount of product for me. All of the redness immediately covered, which I'm happy about, and my favorite thing about it so far is the fact that it is a thin foundation, because those are my favorite type of foundation products. It's looking really, really pretty. Most likely glowier than it would if I hadn't applied the very glowy priming SPF, but it is looking really good regardless so far. And so take a look freshly applied. This is what it looks like. Now that the foundation is applied, I'm going to use a color corrector right on the innermost corner of my under eyes. And I'm using the Sigma F72, which is one of my absolute most favorite concealer brushes. It's so good. I'm going to use the SAIE Beauty Concealer in shade 7. I haven't used the SAIE Beauty Concealer in a while and I forgot how good it is. So thin. I love the glowy finish. One thing I noticed about the foundation, and it could totally be that I had too much of the sunscreen underneath, but it peels in some places. See right there how it bunched up? Not good. Hold on, let me fix that. I just wiped it off with the sponge and I'm re-tapping over it. It's very easily fixed, but it did happen on the tip of my nose earlier. You know what? I would say it's probably the fact that I had the sunscreen underneath, but now that I think about it, it claims to help with the look of pores, and the POREfessional primers have a thicker texture that on me has peeled in the past, so maybe it might be the foundation. I'll keep you posted. For now, I was able to very easily fix it, just wiping it off and re-tapping whatever product I have left on my sponge. But it did happen and I wanted to let you know. I'm going to use my Dior Stick Contour in the shade Light because it's been a while since I used it and I really like it. And I'm just going to work it in with a Refer brush. This is a Refer LCO3. It is very easily blending on top of the foundation and nothing is peeling from the blending and tapping and dragging, you know, which is a good thing. Now that the contour is blended and my under eyes are concealed and everything, I am going to go in with the new SAIE Beauty Undetectable Baked Setting Powder, and this is shade Translucent 2. I'm going to use my Refer number 18 brush to set my face with this powder. I'm going to start right under the eye and go on from there. Okay, this powder's nice. You can see that it did kind of immediately blur the under eye area, but I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to do the cheeks and I'm going to do around my mouth area, the nose, and of course the forehead. So check it out. This side of my face is powdered and then this is the side that isn't powdered yet. This out here I didn't do. I just kind of focused on the center, but I think it looks nice. My favorite thing is that the powder is very, very thin and it feels undetectable on the skin and it seems to blur everything nicely. Now, me personally, I don't know how much use I'll get out of it because I tend to just powder right underneath the eyes. I'm not an all over the face powder person, and this one isn't brightening my under eyes, which I do prefer my powders to brighten my under eyes. Regardless, it is working really nicely. This SAIE Beauty powder, by the way, retails for $32 and there is a lighter shade available, so I could go one shade lighter if I wanted to just powder my under eyes. I could just use translucent 1 for that, but it doesn't have the pink undertone that I prefer, so I know I would still not reach for it over my pink loose powders. But anyways, for those of you who do love to powder your whole face, it seems to be pretty good. They have 5 different translucent shades. Retails for $32. It says it's got a natural finish, it's non-comedogenic, long-wearing, talc-free, lightweight translucent powder that sets makeup undetectably for 8 hours while also smoothing, brightening, and blurring your complexion. It has hyaluronic acid, jojoba esters, a lipid-rich desert plant that creates a flexible film film on the skin to extend wear, and hectorite and silica, which are minerals that provide a soft focus blurring effect and help absorb sebum. I unfortunately don't think I love the POREfessional foundation. My face looks more makeup-y than it usually does, and I'm almost certain it's the foundation because it's still showing signs of that peeling thing I told you earlier. Look at how it bunched up in the middle of my forehead right there. And I didn't apply any concealer on top or anything in the middle of my forehead. That's just the foundation, and then I did lightly tap some powder right there earlier, but I know it's not the powder because it was happening before I even started applying powder. My theory is if you're someone who loves the POREfessional primer, you'll probably like this foundation, but if the POREfessional primer does not tend to work for you or hasn't in the past, then maybe this foundation isn't as good for you. Because me personally, I wasn't a huge fan of the POREfessional primer because it kind of did that on my dry skin, and so I feel like it probably has some of the same effects to it, and it's doing a similar thing to me than the POREfessional primer used to do. We're moving on though to the Grounded palette from Glamnetics. Let me go ahead and show you what the inside looks like. Take a look right there. It looks stunning, and these shades are so bright and so soft and pigmented. Oh my goodness. Take a look at the finger swatches of the very bright shades right there. Wow. Right here I have the shade called Balanced, which is the yellow color. It's so reflective. Here's the green. I cannot believe my eyes. So the green is called Solid, and then this shade right here is called Secure, which on the pan it looked like blue and gold, but on the back of my hand it looks green because it's a multi-chromatic shade. Are you seeing that? If you're a fan of like super fun glimmery shimmers, I don't even have to tell you, okay? This looks so good. I'm going to swatch the two shimmers I haven't swatched yet, which are the shade Whole and the shade Calm, which are not as soft as the ones that I did swatch. So here is Whole. It's a beautiful gold shade, and Calm, which has multicolor shimmery sparkles in there. So here are all of the shimmer shades swatched. It is a 15 pan palette, 5 gorgeous shimmer shades and 10 mattes. I do have a Glamnetics Cosmetics discount code if you're interested. The code is PATTY10 and it'll save you 10% off of your purchase. Let's go ahead and swatch some of the mattes. I wasn't going to, but now I want to. I'm swatching Anchored, Steady, and Present. I don't know why I didn't do a whole swatching of the palette in order, but here we are. Here are those 3 shades. Obviously this one doesn't have any shimmer in it. My finger must have been dirty. And then I'm going to swatch Trust, Patience, Grounded, and Reflect. Why not? Clarity looks amazing, and I'm going to use it as my transition shade, so you'll see that one anyways. Here are the shades I told you I'd swatch. I must have not gotten enough of this one. Here we go. It's a little harder pressed, I think, than the rest. Anyways, Glamnetics has stunning, beautiful matte shades that are pigmented and they blend like a dream, and I don't even have to tell you about their shimmers, so I'm very excited to create a look with this palette. And I think I'm going to try and make it not as colorful on the mattes section because I want to use one of those spectacular shimmers that are very bright. To begin the eyeshadow look, I'm going to use the shade Clearly because it is clearly the best one for the transition. And so with the Refer number 15, I'm going to blend it all throughout the crease of my eye. Same thing over here. And to deepen that up a bit, I'm going to use the shade Present, which is a very moody olivey type color. And I'm just blending it up into the outer crease of my eye back here. Let me do the same thing on the other eye. With a smaller blending brush, my Refer number 14 from Refer to be specific, I'm using that shade Present and also blending it right underneath my lower lash line. And then with a flat brush, I'm going to grab that bright yellowish color called Balanced and blend it on the inner third of the eyelid. Inner half of the eyelid. So pretty. Same thing over here. I'm going to go into the shade Solid, grabbing Solid with the other side of my brush, which is the green color. And I'm going to add that one in the center of the eyelid. I'm only going for the extra super shimmery, shiny shades to show you what they look like on the eye because they truly are super special. But you obviously can create 1,000 other different eyeshadow looks with this palette that aren't this in your face, you know. Here are the swatches of those new metallic eyeliners from Smashbox. I'm thinking the green on the waterline might look good. We'll try it. It's nice and pigmented. And you know what? I'm going to smudge it back here on the eyelid just because. Why not? I'm smudging it out with a Cinch Beauty brush. This one is the E11. I didn't love the smudged eyeliner, so instead I'm just adding green to the outer third because I did like the color there. So this is the shade Patience from the palette on a small blending brush, and I'm blending it on the outer third of my eyelid and up into the crease a bit. For blush, I'm going to do my Charlotte Tilbury Peach blush. Blush is blended and it is time to try the new KOSAS Soul Gazer mascara. Here's what the packaging looks like. Matches my nails. And here's the wand. It's honestly been so long since I've been impressed by a mascara, and I hope the camera does this one justice because in my opinion it looks really good. When I first started applying it, I was like, this isn't giving me the thickness that I like in my lashes, but it builds up beautifully. It takes a little bit of patience. I did 2.5 coats on my top lashes, barely touched the bottom ones because those are grateful. And here's what the mascara looks like, you guys. I really like it. I guess I'll look up and show you. Hopefully this is working. Can you see it? It looks really, really good. Like I said, it did take me a little bit of patience to get it to look like this, but I think it looks incredible. It looks so good. I'm going to finish things up by using my Charlotte Tilbury Lip Liner Duo in medium. And I'm going to use the Sculpt shade as my lip liner today. And in the middle, my L'Oreal Plump Ambition Lip Oil because I'm obsessed. It's so good. And so check it out. This right here is the finished look today. Let me tell you what my favorite new products that I tried today were. I'm gonna give it to this grounded eyeshadow palette right here because the shimmery shades are spectacular. I am in love, obsessed. They are so shiny. I love them. And I also really love the yellowy greenish color story that still has some beautiful neutral shades. But truly, like those shades that I put right there in the center of my eyelid, I love them. I love them. They're super soft. Hopefully they don't crease because I didn't even prime my eye. So I'll keep you updated on that. Actually, I'm going to pin a comment in the comment section down below and let you know whether the eyeshadow creased throughout the day because it's so soft and I didn't prime my eyes, so it might. We'll see. Definitely check out the comment below. I'll also let you know in that comment how the foundation ended up wearing after a few hours. I already expressed my concerns about the peeling with you, but it looks good overall. Now, besides the eyeshadow palette, my other product that really impressed me was this KOSAS mascara, the Soul Gazer mascara. It builds up so beautifully. I believe it's coming out really, really soon if it's not available already. It's rare that a mascara impresses me, and this one absolutely did. It takes a little bit of building up, but I feel like the results speak for themselves. It's so good. The Smashbox eyeliners were okay, but I'm not impressed by them. The SAIE Beauty setting powder I think is really good, but it didn't blow my socks off. You know what I wish? I know it's a brand new product that just launched, but for the future I hope they do a shade extension and that they include a translucent pink shade in there because that would be right up my alley, and the formula of the powder is incredible to begin with. And as far as the Anastasia Hydra primer, I'm going to keep trying it under a bunch of different foundations, and I'll update you in an updates video on how I feel about this one because I don't think I can assess just from wearing it once. Especially because most of the complexion products I tried today were brand new. I have to wear this underneath products that I already know how they perform and see how this primer changes that performance or if it doesn't. So I'll update you on this in an updates video as per usual. These two right here, by far my favorite products I tried today. And that is it for today's video. I truly hope that you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up before you leave. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye.